Hello and welcome to the 5th edition of the Goa Arts and Literary Festival at the International Centre of Goa. Today we have with us Peter Judd, an author. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Kara.
Your book, Happy Valley Days, Tales of a Goa Gone, was released earlier today at the festival. Was this your first book release?
It's my first book release, and it's all new to me. It was very important to me to have the book released in Goa because it's Goa focused. And yeah, it's a great event. I'm very happy to attend.
Are you going to follow up this release with more promotions or book tours?
I will have to speak with the publisher. It depends how things will unfold as we go along. But the initial reaction to the book has been pretty good. So I'm hopeful that we'll be doing more of these things. Look forward to it.
Have you always had an interest in writing?
Yeah, from an early age that was sort of a hobby, and over the years in Goa, my book is about tours in Goa and motorcycle voyages out to other states, and I was keeping rough notes in a series of old notebooks. But one of the big challenges with the book was to get this into a legible form because my computer skills were not that great. It would have taken 3 lifetimes. So we managed to do that, and then as we went along the memories start coming back, and a few friends jogged a few memories as well and contributed, oh, you forgot that bit, and so that's how the book developed really. And it really revolves around a very good friend of mine. We were friends over many years. He's from Germany. And we were friends for many years, and then he passed away 2 years ago to this day in Goa, and there were many funny events and little adventures with him along the way. So he was such a character. That was the trigger to actually start writing the book and to put it in. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So then happily made connections with Cinnamon Teal, and they were very supportive and helpful along the way. And the thing has come together, and I'm very pleased with it. It's a bit like giving birth, but it's okay. No?
So, approximately how much time did you put into this book?
It took a few months of actually gathering everything together. As I say, the big challenge was to get the handwritten notes into a legible form. But I was pretty fortunate. I know a Goan lady from Para living in London, and she's working as a typist, so a secretarial typist. So, and she was able to assist me and get it into some sort of good form, which was okay for the publisher. So I would say about 5 to 6 months, and then they were back and forth, tuning up, a few mistakes, a few alterations. So just about a year now. It's been fine.
Alright. Would you like to share an amusing experience that occurred during your stay in Goa?
Well, there have been many. I mean, the book, there were many over the years, but they're still continuing, That was one of the joys of coming to Goa over so many years. There were many funny and humorous events. I don't know why. Some things that would never happen anywhere else in the world. And even, the most recent one, I went to Anjuna Beach a few days ago, and on the beautiful Anjuna Beach a few years ago they started to put the sunbeds, and then it was the umbrellas, and so the beach was getting smaller and smaller, and now it's a chalkboard with the menu and a Wi-Fi hotspot, and the poor fruit lady, she can barely find a way to go along the beach to pick her way, and we're in the waves nearly, but it wouldn't happen anywhere else. But things like this are rather strange. Everywhere you look in Goa there was always a humorous event every day actually. So it's always fun.
And finally, would you like to give some advice to budding authors?
Yes, I think there are some here. When we had the launch earlier on today, a very attentive crowd and some good questions were coming from the audience, and I think we do have the budding authors of the future. But it's important, once you make this, like everything, it's hard in the beginning. You make the start and write a few lines, and if you need a little bit of talent for it, I suppose, but start it as a hobby, and sooner the better really. I think it's very important to carry on with books, despite all the e-books and the technology. There's nothing more satisfying than reading a good book, and I hope that will remain so. So I'm sure you've got plenty of younger talent coming along in Goa, no question.
Thank you, Peter, for sharing your time with us and doing this interview. That was Peter Judd at the Goa Arts and Literary Festival at the International Centre of Goa. We have lots more coming up.